So Rob, tell us why we are here.
Well, we're here outside the Treasury to send a very strong message to Rachel Reeves, the Chancellor, that enough is enough. Motorists are suffering across the country at the moment from the cost of fuel that is surging. I've been speaking on forecourts all over the country, from Dover to Nottingham in recent weeks, and I've met carers, parents who have to rely on their car to take their kids to school, tradesmen and women in their white vans, small family hauliers, and just generally the millions of Brits who rely on their cars, and they're finding life very tough at the moment. And our Chancellor is doing absolutely nothing, unlike most of her peers around the world. From Australia to Germany to Spain to Portugal, Ireland, other countries are taking action to cut the cost of fuel. And Rachel Reeves is sitting on her hands, behaving like a bystander. We've got two requests for Rachel. Number one, don't go ahead with the increase in fuel duty that she has coming down the line in September. Only a completely out-of-touch Chancellor would hike fuel duty by 5p a litre at a time like this. And more than that, our second request is do something now. Do something right now, as others are doing elsewhere in the world. And we're proposing at Reform halving VAT on petrol and diesel for 3 months. That would save a motorist 13p on a litre of petrol, 16p on a litre of diesel. Just make life a little easier for motorists across the country.
You and others have been demanding a cut for weeks and it hasn't happened. What do you think it's actually going to take for the government to wake up and do something?
Well, that's why we've stepped up our campaign. You know, we've taken it to petrol forecourts. We're now taking it literally to underneath the windows of Rachel Reeves's offices. I don't understand how out of touch she must be that she cannot see how people are hurting at the moment. And look, she makes the point that the public finances are in a mess, partly as a result of the way she's mishandled them. But at Reform, we're saying find waste to cut. We found billions of pounds, 14 billion in savings from Ed Miliband's net zero department. Things like not paying for subsidies for heat pumps or for electric vehicles. And by doing that, you can afford to make these tax cuts and to help people right now. That is what Reform would do if we were running the country. We wouldn't just be sitting idly by and letting people suffer as they are at the moment. So Rachel Reeves, hear how angry and frustrated people are and do something about it.
And very quickly, someone who Rachel Reeves is inextricably linked to is the Prime Minister. Do you think he should be hauled before the Privileges Committee?
I do. Look, I have no sympathy for Keir Starmer. I do think he misled Parliament. He gave completely the wrong impression to the House of Commons, claiming that all the process was followed. Well, look, at best it turns out that that was a half-truth, at worst an outright lie. But what really worries me is not so much the ins and outs of the Peter Mandelson scandal, much as though it's fascinating the media and the Tory party and the Labour Party and everyone in these buildings around me in Westminster. It's that the Prime Minister is paralysed. He is spending all his time worrying about this and how he can save his own skin, rather than focusing on the real issues that people are facing out in the country. And Nigel, myself, the whole Reform team are very different. We're out and about across the country campaigning. Nigel is in North Wales today talking to people, and they are talking about the cost of fuel on the forecourt. They're talking about the energy bills that they're receiving. The fact there's hundreds of people breaking into the country on small boats every day at the moment. And do you think the Prime Minister is focused on those issues? No, not at all. At Reform, we don't want to get involved in the Westminster psychodrama, though, of course, we'd like to see the back of Keir Starmer. We want to focus on the real issues that are facing people in the country. And that's why when everyone else in the Westminster bubble is talking about Mandelson and the paedophile scandal, we're here talking about fuel duty and the real issues of the people of this country. And that, I think, is the difference between Reform and other political parties.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gathering there. Guys, can you get a bit closer together?
Here we go. George?
Alright, here we go. You're very tall.
Yeah, come down, yeah. Guys, all this way. Stay down here, please, guys.
Yeah, go for it. Yes. With your phone.
Okay.
Fantastic. Thank you, team.
This way, guys. Turn your left, mate. There you go.
Believe me, I don't tell lies. Get him out. We love a good cat. What does it say on the front?
What are you going to be saying at the Treasury? What are you going to be saying at the Treasury?
So look, we're here today and we've been driving around central London, we've been talking to punters, people have been hooting their horns in support of us. We're here to send a very strong message to Rachel Reeves, the Chancellor. Do something now to help hard-pressed motorists. Chancellors and finance ministers all over the world, from Australia to Germany to Sweden to Spain to Ireland, are acting to lighten the load, whether it's on tradesmen and women, whether it's small family hauliers, whether it's care workers who are going from client to client all day long, parents taking their kids to school in rural areas. Everyone is suffering at the moment as a result of the surging cost of fuel. And do you know, if you fill up petrol at the forecourt, 55% of that is tax. Rachel Reeves at the Treasury, she's raking it in at the moment. And we're just asking her to do a little bit to help working people across the country. So we have two demands today for Rachel Reeves. Firstly, do not go ahead with the increase in fuel duty that she has coming down the line in September. Only the most out-of-touch Chancellor would increase fuel duty at a time like this. And secondly, do what all of your other Chancellors are doing around the world and do an emergency cut now. We at Reform are saying that we would halve VAT on petrol and diesel at the forecourt for at least 3 months and just make life a little bit easier. So please, if you're listening, Rachel Reeves, and I did invite her here today, last week, she didn't say yes, but if she's cowering at one of the windows of the Treasury behind us, listen to the millions of Brits who are finding life hard at the moment. Take action, lighten the load, cut fuel duty now.
And just in terms of London, you know, here we're taxed constantly to drive our car, from hauliers to congestion to LTNs to 20 miles per hour. How many times is the government, is Sadiq Khan, are the councils going to tax the same journey? We promised in Reform, I would, if I'm mayor, to stop the war on motorists. And I bet a lot of people don't know that when you fill your car, you get fuel duty and you get VAT on top of the fuel duty. They tax the tax, for Christ's sake. End the war on motorists, leave us alone and let us drive our cars. Thank you.
And celebrate a London taxi like that that's non-ULEZ compliant.
Yay!
It's only Reform can do. Hey!
Thank you very much.
Very good.
Thank you.
Then you can see the Treasury behind us. It's the back of the Treasury. We might have Rachel Reeves at the window.
We'll head up the top. Go to the front of the bus.